Welcome back to another episode of Will It Work? I'm Kevin. Today we're looking at the TV+4, which is another Pong game, probably based on the same microchip as all the other ones. It seems to have the same 4 games: practice, squash, soccer, and table tennis. It does have removable controllers. And other than that, I'm not too sure. This box is really beat up and rough. It uses 6 C cells, so it is a 9-volt. That's a picture of a drawing of a family. Did you know that it was expensive to have full-color art on boxes? And so a lot of art back in those days would consist of line drawings for all sorts of things. Simply because, photo quality graphics of any sort, really expensive to do, especially on boxes and things. Attach TV+4 to any TV set. Enjoy fast action tennis, hockey, or squash. Okay. So it is made by, it's the model number 1004. It's made by Concept 2000 in Miami, Florida. And like most things that were constructed back then, it is made in Hong Kong. I don't see too many things these days that say like made in Hong Kong or made in Taiwan anymore. You do see made in China a lot. And one of the reasons that you don't is because as a country gets more and more wealthy, it starts to consume more products of its own than it, as well as of its neighbors, than it produces. And so, it's not to say that they don't still make stuff that says like, made in Hong Kong and made in Taiwan and all that sort of stuff. It's also just a matter of the company has sold all of its product to the domestic market, which is healthy and gobbling everything up. And the foreign market doesn't see as much of it, and we'll probably transition at some point away from made in China, although they have a gigantic population. It'll take a long time. And we'll probably see like made in Vietnam or made in Myanmar or something, where people are not as wealthy at this time, but possibly eventually they will be. All right, so this is kind of interesting. So we have the base unit here. It looks pretty clean. We have controllers. They are detachable using kind of almost like a headphone jack. Although back then the headphone jacks were 1/4 inch, I think. So we have we'll take the batteries here. Let's make sure there's not a mouse house in here or something. We have the DC 9-volt. At least it says here, tip plus. This is what you want. You want that. You want them to tell you that the tip is plus. Because otherwise you're just guessing at the polarity and it could just go bad. And, these remote controls are generic. You can use them on either side. One doesn't say left and one doesn't say right. Same color and everything. Very good. Now, what's kind of interesting is this switch box. This is the first one I've seen where the switch box is, directly connected. They at least thought of a switch box. Unfortunately, this looks like wiring on this guy has kind of seen better days. Looks like I'm going to have to splice this, as has my thumb. Kind of got a cut there. Okay, anyway. Well, you know what? What do we think? Do we think this is wired in, or do we think it's connected to a cap? Do we bother to unscrew all 3 screws and see if we can just get the wire? I got a feeling it's probably directly wired in. It's probably not a standard cable. Otherwise, why would they have done this? All right, I'm just going to splice these wires. We're not going to unscrew it. So what I'll do is I'll switch it over, but before I do that, let's just look at the options here. We have a reset button here, a power on off, an angle, ball speed, manual serve, bat size, and channel 3, channel 4, practice, squash, soccer, and table tennis. Everything looks pretty clean and pretty solid. Probably will work, right? Whether we get a picture out of it, I don't know. But let me switch it over. I don't see any speakers. Sound may come from the TV itself, so that'll be a plus. All right, gonna switch over to the video side if I get it working. If not, I'll be right back here. Thanks.
Okay, so here we have the TV+4. Little story here. First time I showed this, first half of this video, I had plugged in an adapter, and the polarity was actually wrong. So it actually blew out a transistor. And so I ordered another one because this was not that expensive of a Pong. And this one works. Although the board has the switch to fire off the ball manually, because it doesn't have an auto serve, is a little bit finicky, and so you kind of have to tinker with it in order for it to go. And then at the same time, it seems like the boards themselves kind of change around while you're doing it. The buttons are all very much stiff is a good word, I guess. Yeah, there we go. But anyway, we have your standard Pong here, 2-player. We have sort of a doubles tennis mode, regular Pong, and single player. And it seems like if you tinker with this a little bit, you can kind of get like 3 paddles on this board for some reason. Just kind of a weird, it's like a ghost kind of halfway through. I wonder if that would actually function. Can't quite keep it steady. Oh, yeah, it does. Well, isn't that freaking weird? That's because it's really supposed to be like that, or like that. There. Huh. Weird. TV+4. It's got a ghost in the machine. So just your standard AY 8500 chip, I believe, in this one. Nothing special. Keep score, black and white. The usual deal. But it does work, so this one's a keeper. The other one, I'm going to try and repair it because I ordered a transistor pack, and I'm going to just solder it together. If it doesn't work, probably trash it. Thanks for watching. Let's see what else we've got.